Hey guys, so I was tagged in the video best fitness tag ever by my friend Triple H 396. So basically, I'm going to answer the questions the best I can here. So I got them right here. So let's see. The first question is: if I were stuck on an island and could only do two exercises, what would they be? Well, the first one I'd have to say would definitely be deadlifts. As a lot of you know, that is one of my best lifts and definitely one of my favorites. It's just a great overall body exercise. Just a real great brute strength builder. I think definitely in that situation, being stuck on an island, that'd be a good thing to have. So I would definitely do those. And for the second thing, I would have to say I'm gonna go a little bit unconventional on this one compared to what most people are saying, but I'm gonna say standing barbell cheat curl. As a lot of you know, also I'm a big fan of these. Have a lot of videos of these, and the reason I'm gonna go with this one, not only being one of my favorite lifts, but similar to the deadlift, a full-on cheat curl where it's basically using every muscle in your body, um, especially if you're really taking advantage of every muscle you can. Similar to almost like a reverse grip hang clean, if you want to call it that. And it definitely builds up a lot of explosive power too, um, in addition to working the whole body. And I would say that is something that's great to have too. So those are my two on that. All right. So the second question is: explain your workout style in 3 words. Alright, I'm going to say 100%. The reason the reason for this is I've always, whenever I step in the gym, I just give it 100% and just go after it the best I can until I reach my goals, and just put everything into it. That's always how I've been, no matter what it is. When I decide I'm going to do something, I just go all in, and I'm all in or all out basically. So I just give it 100% intensity and focus. So all right, what's the worst injury I've ever had? um, well, I've had a number of training injuries. Um, Nothing that's been super serious, but definitely quite a few nagging ones. But as far as the worst injury, this one actually isn't necessarily related to lifting. But over the past 5 years, I've been involved with the strength ministry team known as Team Extreme International. And basically, what we do is we travel around, share the gospel, and the way we do that is through feats of strength. So things like breaking bricks, tearing phone books, spinning bars, rolling frying pans, lifting logs. Some guys even pull trucks, just crazy things like that. And So basically, this is about 4 years ago. We were at a show, and we had ran out of the normal bricks that we normally broke. And as a last-minute thing, we just ran out and got some different ones of what we could find. And these ones were much thicker and much narrower than normal. And I came across these before, and I'd had a heck of a time with them. Had managed to break it one with my forearm before. But I had someone tell me, whatever you do, never hit these with your hand. And basically at that show, the leader that was there basically said, "Oh, why don't you try to break them with your fist?" So I said, "All right," because there was another guy on the team that was going to try a head break. So I didn't want to be, look like a sissy. So I figured, why not? So during the show, when it came time for me to break them, I went out there and I struck him, with my fist, and unfortunately, none of the bricks broke. Um, and that was already embarrassing enough as it is. And when I went backstage, about 30 seconds, a minute later, my hand was in horrible pain. It was throbbing, and I looked down at it, it was swollen and red. And at that point, I was pretty much done for the night. And after that, I remember even the next day, I actually went in and lifted with my hand in this condition, This was back when I was lifting at 165, and I remember I managed. I was pause benching around 260 and deadlifted 540 with straps. And I remember especially like with the benching, it just hurt so horribly. I couldn't even wrap my hand around the bar, thumb around the bar at all. I basically had to wrest away just with my open hand, just like that. And even that was just excruciating. And so the day after that, I ended up getting it x-rayed by the doctor. I remember the doctor, when he looked at it before I had it x-rayed, he thought it was fine, that there wasn't a break in it. But it turned out when I got the x-rays back that there was, at the end of my, by my pinky, the bone right here, was actually broken 2/3 of the way through, so almost a complete break. So yeah, I ended up getting that casted for about 5 to 6 weeks, and that was not fun. I couldn't really train the side at all, and lost strength, and so that was the only bone I've ever broken, but definitely probably my worst injury. So, all right. So the next question is rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10, and well, I think on this I'll go an 8. I definitely have achieved a good amount of the goals that I've set for myself, but I definitely have not achieved them all yet, and still definitely have a lot more things I'd like to do, and ways more to go. So I'm not done yet. So I'm not there yet, where I want to be. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Go with an 8. So hopefully I'll get to that 10 eventually. So all right. So the next question is, what is the weirdest thing I do in the gym? Well, yeah, I do a lot of weird things actually. And I would say definitely one of them would be, when I do things like cheat curls and cheat form on other things, whether it's rows or side laterals or things are just, throwing weights around, just doing what I love to do. And I definitely get a lot of, some strange looks at times with that kind of thing. And, of course, also I like to yell and scream, get a little crazy, and sometimes when I miss lifts, I kind of lose my temper and go a bit crazy as well there, and so yeah, definitely get people kind of freaked out then too. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely do some weird things. All right, well, let's see. The next question is, why is this the name of my channel? Um, so basically, about 5 to 6 years ago when I made my channel, it was with a friend, and it was kind of his idea actually, because we were talking, and at the time, I was a little bit more kind of into bodybuilding, but I still really like to go as heavy as I could on everything. So I said, well, I thought about kind of like power building, powerlifting and bodybuilding. And he said, well, how about power builder? Because it's kind of like a slang way to say power builder, a little bit unconventional. So I said, hey, why not? Why not? Let's go for it. So that's what I named it. So, all right. So the next question is, speak in a high pitched voice, or never lift again. What? All right. All right. Next question. All right. So what would my last meal be on death row? I'm gonna have to say probably a juicy porterhouse steak, medium rare, with some grilled onions and some steamed rice and barbecue sauce. That would be, well, toss up. Maybe onion rings too. Onion rings or grilled onions. Those are really good. But of course, there's other things I really like too. But that's definitely right now what I can think of as my something I'd really like. So, all right, and so who am I tagging in this? I'm going to tag 5 people here. I have Mike M, Tyler Yeager, Dan Henderson, Fitness Beast 4, and David Liang. So these are some friends of mine here on YouTube, and I'm going to put your channels, the links to your channels, in the description box, and hopefully you guys watch this video and see it, and I look forward to seeing a response from you guys. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching.